Hi everyone, I hope you're really well. Today we have a decluttering video, another one in my little series of I need to sort my stuff out. It's nearly Christmas. I'm kind of hoping that maybe I'll get some new lovely things to play with, so it is time to clear the decks and just sort my stuff out for what may be a few little beauty things for Christmas. Possibly. I've already done part one of this, which was my foundations and concealers, I think. I don't think it was anything else in that one. I've already filmed the actual declutter itself, so let's change the angle a bit and have a look, see how I got on. Okay, so there we have it, that is everything. Let's start with the biggest pile, I think the mascaras. This will be really easy. This has dried up now. I've stopped using it. Oh, I can't even open it. This one I haven't had for a huge amount of time. It did seem to dry out pretty quick. I did really like it though. It's Maybelline The Rocket. So yeah, I wouldn't have said it gives you the volume that perhaps it would suggest. That's going to go in the bin. God, this one I didn't even realise I still had. This was part of a free gift pack, I think, from Bourjois. This definitely needs to go. I don't remember it being that fabulous. But yeah, I've had that one a little while. This one I haven't even opened yet. This was from a Latest in Beauty box. Makeup Academy Lash Boom. Not opened, it's just patiently waiting, so I'll keep hold of that one. This is my current mascara, the L'Oreal Telescopic, which I'm really enjoying. I know it's been around forever, but I'm actually really liking it and it's not smudging on me. So really pleased with that one. I'll be keeping hold of that until it decides to die on me. This should be in the bin. This one is long dried up. This is the one I was using, usually doubled up with the Rocket mascara, but it's, as you can probably see, it's gone a little bit clumpy and gross now, so that needs to go in the bin. But I did like this one, gives you nice natural looking lashes. This is the NYX Proof It Top Coat to waterproof your mascara, which I do really like if I'm using a mascara which isn't waterproof, because I do struggle with mascara smudging on me. There's still probably a fair bit left in there, so I think I will keep hold of this because I've not had it amazingly long, even though the packaging looks really sad. But I will keep hold of this because it's a good one to have if I do need to quickly put something on top of a non-waterproof mascara. This needs to go in the bin. It's a Benefit They're Real sample, which I didn't really love this. I find that this bit is a bit like a torture device. I just seem to stab myself in the eye. I just never seem to get used to how to apply it. So, I mean, that's long gone anyway, so that needs to go. This is the world's mankiest clear mascara, so that definitely needs to go. The Midnight Blue Eyeko mascara that I did a first impression of, it took a long time to build up and it's blue, so I don't tend to reach for it very often. But I should try and get through it because once I got there, it was actually quite nice and it didn't make my eyelashes kind of ridiculously blue. So I think I'll keep hold of that one. This is another sample that needs to go. It's the Sumptuous Extreme Mascara from Estee Lauder. I do remember liking this one. It's got quite a big bristly brush on it, but I do remember quite liking it, but I have had it a while. So yeah, that needs to go now. Another two L'Oreal. This is just the regular Sumptuous one. These little samples do last a long time, or at least I found anyway. I managed to get a lot of uses out of it. Quite a similar brush. I think actually this one I've not used yet, whereas this one, yeah, I'm pretty sure that one has been all used up. So I think I'm going to throw this one and I'm going to keep this one. Right, moving on to eyeliner because I've only got 3. This is one from Bourjois, the Ultra Black, and I really liked this actually. It's one of these pen ones which isn't for everyone. It's not the easiest one to control when it goes on, but it's got a lot of life left in it, so I will be keeping hold of this one. What's this? Oh yeah, the Benefit They're Real Push-Up Liner, which is really weird because you twist up the bottom and it pushes the product out of the top of this kind of flexible applicator, and then once it's on, it's not really going anywhere. It's all right. It doesn't give you the blackest line in the world. It's a bit more smoky. I think I remember this being a bit tricky to apply though, so I think I might either chuck this or rehome it because I have had it a little while. And this is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon, which I got from Sephora. This is a really nice liner actually. It's really creamy, as you can probably see. So I will be keeping hold of that one and using it because I don't really tend to do eyeliner that often, as you can probably tell. But yeah, it's a nice, quick, creamy line. So I will keep hold of that one. And then lastly, I've got some brow stuff. So my stash is actually really running out. This is not much for me. Usually I've got loads more brow stuff than this. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara, and I remember Lisa Eldridge recommending this, which is why I bought it. I use this every day to set my brows, and I just find that it gives them a little bit more natural definition. So this one will be staying. It's lasted a really long time as well. This is a little sample of Benefit's Goof Proof brow pencil, and this has lasted quite a long time actually, considering it's just a sample. I do quite like it. I suppose I may as well use it up really. It's quite a nice brown too, it's quite dark. I totally forgot I even had this. This is from Soap & Glory's Archery range, and it's the Voluboost Brow Fibre Gel. I guess this is to rival the one from Benefit, because it does look quite similar. What's the colour like of this? Oh yeah, it's a bit of a chocolatey brown for me. I think that's why I'm not really using it that much, because it is a little bit light and I have quite dark hair, so that's probably why I've not used it very much. I might give it another go just to see what the formula's like, but I'm not reaching for it, which tells me that maybe I didn't like it that much. Right, I've got a feeling this has dried out. This is a Gosh brow pen. Oh no, there's still a bit of life left in there. I quite like brow pens because it makes doing your brows really quick, and you can kind of really go for it or be fairly subtle as well. So, there's still some life there. Keep hold of that one. Ah, I remember this one. No, this is the one that's dried up and gone rubbish. This is the Bourjois one, which just seems to have absorbed, I don't know what, my face makeup or something. And as you can see, it's not really working at all anymore. And I bought both of these at the same time. So if you're into brow pens, don't bother with the Bourjois one, but the Gosh one's really good. And then this is the last one I've got. This is the Soap & Glory Brow Tint and Precision Shaping Pencil, which is more of a crayon instead of a pencil. And this is what I'm using day to day at the moment. So this is the pencil end. And as you can see, it is definitely more waxy. It is more of a waxy kind of crayon. It's a bit too light for me really, but I tend to darken it up a little bit by using the other end, which is this most amazing, I don't know how to describe this, and it's running out. You see it's a bit darker, so I tend to darken it up by putting this on top. But this is amazing. I wish that they just did this end on its own, because it's really flexible. You can be, when it's cooperating, so obviously I've had this a while, you can be fairly heavy-handed with it, or you can do quite light strokes with it as well. So I really, really recommend this one, as well as the other one with the spoolie on the end. So didn't get rid of a huge amount there, but I did remind myself of a couple of products. In fact, that brow mascara is darkening. It's definitely darker than it was when I first put it on my hand. So I've got one to get rid of and one to try again just to see what I think. So this is the eyeshadow stash. You know when you think you've got a lot less than you actually have? Well, that is the situation here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I think I might start with the single stuff first. So we'll just pop it to one side. Here's my little collection of singles stuff. This one here used to be my go-to everyday eye look. You can probably see which one was my favourite colour to wear. I haven't actually reached for this at all recently since getting a lot of my other palettes, but there are some really nice colours in here actually, and I don't recognise many of these colours from some of the other palettes. It's a Bourjois palette. It's the Smoky Stories Quad in number 6, which is Upside Brown. I'll just swatch a couple. because I'm not sure. I'm sorry about any shadows, but in order for there to be decent lighting, I needed to keep the overhead light on. So that's kind of like a kind of khaki colour, I suppose. They're very creamy. And that's a bit more of a brownie colour. And then the one that, this is the one that I used to wear, and I just used to wear it on its own. Is like a kind of goldeny copper colour, I suppose. And then you had this kind of highlighting colour in the middle, which is quite a chunky gold. It's a really pretty palette. I do like that one. I should probably put it back in rotation because there are some lovely colours in there. And I tend to play it safe every day at the moment with what stuff I'm using. So I think I will put this one back in rotation. Right, next. Again, this is another one I used to wear absolutely loads. It's a Calvin Klein shadow in Gold Lame. And I used to wear this an absolute ton, but I have a feeling I probably have one like this already. Oh, but look at that though. Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to put this to one side until I get some of the bigger palettes out, just so that we can have a comparison, just to see if it is very different or not. That's gorgeous. What should we go for next? Let's have a look at these number 7 palettes. What have we got here? Okay, so this is in Romantic. They probably don't even sell these anymore. They're that old. There's a slight shimmer to that one, actually. I never noticed that before. It's probably because I've got it under quite strong lighting. It's funny because I'm actually wearing a lot of these colours at the moment. It's funny, you forget what you've got, but I don't really reach for it, so there's no point. But then I don't think I've got a colour like this one, the kind of nice plum colour, this one here. Maybe I need to give them another shot and just see how they are, because I've not tried them for a long time. This one I know can definitely go. I mean, again, I used to wear this one an absolute ton, and again, I think I just used to wear it on its own. It's the kind of eyeshadow that can make you look quite ill, and that's probably not showing up particularly well, but you get the general idea. The grey I didn't touch, and yeah, so, I mean, it's not looking very happy. What shade was this called? Paris. That one's gonna go. And then this is in Twilight. God, why is that so disgusting? Nice. So you've got this like opalescent, pearlescent white, which is nice enough, I suppose. You can probably just see that shining a bit. I haven't really used the black very much, maybe a little bit. And then you've got this like shimmery grey in the middle, which I seem to remember not suiting me at all. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one too, because it's just not going to get a lot of love. Right, this one I seem to remember is grey as well. I don't actually know how to pronounce this brand. Rochas? Not sure. But this doesn't actually have a colour on it, I don't think. I think this might have come from Fragrance Direct, but if you're into a smoky eye, then it's actually quite nice. The lightest shade is still quite dark. Nicely pigmented. I can't really see me wearing any of this, to be honest. They've all got a bit of a shimmer to them. And then the last one in the middle, maybe this is a matte one. It looks a bit more matte than the others. I don't know actually. Struggling to get much up. It's all much of a muchness really, isn't it? And I haven't reached for it in a really long time, so I think that one's going to go. It's in pretty good condition though, so I might see if someone wants it, because it's not looking too shabby at all. Plus it's quite nice packaging. Obviously the applicator is long since gone, because they're usually rubbish anyway. But it's got quite a nice mirror in there, so nice solid click as well. So I'll see if anyone wants this one. Then I've just got some colour tattoos, which I don't massively reach for. What have I got? This one is On and On Bronze and Eternal Gold. I do quite like them in theory. I like the fact that they're quite easy to just chuck on and not have to think about makeup too much. But I tend to probably use the bronze more than the gold, just purely because it's a bit more of a wearable colour really. Wowzers. How amazing is that? I don't think the gold one particularly suits me. I mean, it's a very vibrant gold. I always love the idea of it, but in reality, I'm not sure. So I think I might keep the bronze one because I think that one would suit me more, and that's the one I tend to reach for more often anyway. And the gold one, I'm going to see if anyone would like, because it's a very yellow gold and I just don't think it really suits me. Right, doing good so far. Let's move on up to some of the cheaper palettes that I've got maybe. Okay, so these are in the realm of perhaps slightly cheaper palettes. We'll put the Stila ones to one side for a minute. This was obviously trying to be a dupe of the Naked 2 palette, which I do actually now own. So if you're interested in a side-by-side, I can quickly do that. Blimey, that's the first time I've ever done that actually. Look how similar they are, that's absolutely amazing. I've never done that before. There's a couple of differences, but on the whole, it's a very similar colour spectrum. I think the main difference is just a couple of the colours really. If you want me to do a comparison of these palettes, let me know in the comments and I'll do a separate video on that, because otherwise this video is going to turn into something far too long if I try and do that. But we'll put the Naked 2 away for a second. So these are both W7 palettes that I experimented with. So you can see this one's all matte, and then this one is a mixture of matte and shimmer. I mean, since getting more decent eyeshadows, I don't tend to reach for these that much. And essentially there's nothing really all that wrong with them. There's some really pretty colours in here, like this colour here, this beautiful kind of fawny colour, I think is lovely. They're so not very pigmented, so they're not really going to pick up on camera very well, I don't think. Maybe some of the darker ones will, but you do have to build them up quite a lot. And you can see you get quite a bit of chunky fallout too. I mean, it's varying degrees of pretty much the same colour spectrum, just getting slightly darker. I do like the fact that it's all mattes, but I've got some mattes that I really like in some of the other palettes, some transitional matte colours, so I think I'm going to see if anyone would like that, and we'll get rid of that one. Right, onto this one. There are some really lovely colours in here. I mean, look at the pigmentation of that one. That's absolutely amazing. So it is a bit hit and miss. Those two colours are really quite similar actually, these two. Nice matte brown there, light brown. It definitely seems to be the shimmers that give the best colour payoff. Wow, that's an interesting colour. It's like a greeny, khaki, grey colour. I'm running out of room. I'm quite pleasantly surprised because I haven't used all of these colours yet, but the shimmers are definitely really well pigmented. There's another one really similar in tone. Maybe it's slightly more bronzy than these ones. And then there's this last one, a matte black. Yeah. I think I will keep hold of this one. I think this one is worthy of experimentation, particularly to see how it compares to this one in terms of the shades. Not so much obviously the staying power, because it's a much cheaper palette, so it's bound to not be so good. But I'm just intrigued to see how similar the colours are. So if you would like to see a side-to-side swatch comparison video, then let me know in the comments and I will be happy to do that. I'm actually quite intrigued and I may just do it anyway. So pop those to one side. See, this one I'll quickly show you. I am keeping this one. This was a birthday present from this year. Oh, this colour here, Chopper. How similar is that to some of those ones that I've just swatched actually? It's got chunkier glitter in it, but it's really similar. And I also like YDK as well. But yeah, a lot of these colours are actually really similar. So I'll be keeping both of those. I was supposed to be doing cheaper palettes, wasn't I? You see I got sidetracked there. Let's have a look at these two. These ones I got from Latest in Beauty packs. I'm hoping the mirror's not going to go mad there. So in this one you've got a mixture of cream, mattes and shimmers, and then this is obviously all shimmers. Which one was it? This one had some similar colours in it, didn't it? I wonder how they compare to each other. Right, let's have a look at this one. Again, it's not the quickest in terms of pigmentation, does need to be built up. But I just want to see how it compares to this number 7 one. Oh, it's actually, the number 7 one's darker. I'd say they're within the same colour family though. These ones, to be fair, I haven't really experimented with enough, so I think I should probably keep hold of both of them, and if you'd like to see any more in-depth swatches on them, then let me know in the comments, and that's no problem. The cream ones in here are a little bit odd. I did experiment with them a little bit, but they do crease on me something awful. I think you can use them as highlighters as well, but I just get very nervous of cream products because obviously someone with oily skin, it's generally a bit of a no-go. So I'll keep these for further experimentation. Stila palettes. I've got two. The In the Light and In the Garden. In the Garden I got first. You've got a smudge stick in each of these as well, so that was amazing. Out of the two of them, the In the Light palette I absolutely love. I think there are some beautiful colours in here. Again, some quite similar colours to what's in here. Some nice golds. You can see the kind of colours that I like, can't you? One of my favourites in this palette actually. And how similar is it? Oh, it looks a bit lighter. You got Tease in the Naked 2 palette and then Bliss in this one. It's just a really nice matte pink, which probably isn't going to show up all that well. Yeah, it is quite similar to Tease actually. I mean, you can see just by putting them side by side, but this one's a slightly more a sort of dusky rose purpley pink, whereas this is much more of a pink. But there are some absolutely gorgeous colours. This one's going nowhere. It's absolutely beautiful palette. I love it. I'm making a mess again. This one's definitely got some more adventurous colours in it, but I just love this green. This green is amazing. I'm not sure if you can really get away with green eyeshadow when you have green eyes. It comes up quite dark on the swatch, but how nice is that colour? It makes for a really nice powder eyeliner. I'm definitely going to be keeping this palette, even though I don't reach for it that much. I just really want to keep it because you just know there's going to be an occasion where I'm going to want some of these colours and I'm going to curse myself for getting rid of it. Plus, I got it in the sale and it was an absolute bargain. Right, last thing is I've got two Tarte palettes here. These, I'm definitely keeping these. I mean, they came from such a long way. I got them from the States for my birthday with birthday money. Got the Energy Noir palette. What's this one called again? Oh, Empower Flower palette. Both of them have got a smattering of eyeshadows, and then you've got a highlighter in this one, a blush, and then a bronzer, and then two blush in the other one. So we'll just talk about this one first. This is my go-to palette. First of all, I think it's a lovely size. It's not too big. I think the packaging is gorgeous. I love the purple front to it. In terms of the actual products themselves, the blush is a really nice blush. All their blushes are beautiful, really creamy, smooth, gorgeous. The highlight is also really nice, real kind of champagne-y colour. But the shadows are beautiful, and I am wondering when I'm going to hit pan on this one here because it's not got much life left in it. But then you've got a really nice matte kind of grey colour, which I absolutely love, and I wear it most of the time. There's also a nice matte light sort of lilac purple, which is another one I wear quite a lot. Then you've got the equivalent of those in shimmers, which are really pretty for something a bit different. A nice deep purple, and I think this is black, isn't it? Yeah, that's a black, and this is a very dark brown. And you can see I've barely touched those shadows and swatched them, and they've just swatched beautifully. So yeah, this palette is not going anywhere. I absolutely love it. Can't believe it was in the sale. Fantastic purchase. So the last one I've got is this Empower Flower one. I haven't actually used the bronzer yet because I'm terrified of it because it's full of sparkle and I can just imagine it looking crazy, but maybe next summer a very light wash of it on the face might be quite nice because it is quite pretty. But I mean, look at that. But these blushes I just think are absolutely gorgeous. I love Tarte blushes so much. Definitely got more room for them. So those ones are lovely. In terms of the shadows, I wasn't sure about this very pale purple, but actually it's okay on the lid. It doesn't look too bad at all. It just makes a nice kind of base colour for everything to go on top of. Obviously Vivacious, this gorgeous gold, which I've got several times in other palettes, is beautiful. pretty I've also got elsewhere, but at the end of the day they're not Tarte ones, so I can't really say that I've got them elsewhere because they wouldn't be the same. And then the rest are just mattes. You've got a really nice dark purple, the light purple, again quite similar to the other one that I swatched, that kind of dusky rosy purpley pink colour, which isn't showing up all that well. And then there's this like grey, purpley grey colour, and then the transitional colour here is actually quite yellow, but it's not too bad. So this one's definitely staying. I just absolutely love Tarte products. I think I did okay. Oh yeah, I was meant to be doing a comparison of that Calvin Klein one. Now that I've done quite a few swatches of the similar colour, I think this one is going to have to go because the packaging is a bit annoying. It is very similar to some colours I've got already, and it's a very yellow gold actually, isn't it? Which was the reason why I wanted to get rid of this 24-hour tattoo. So yeah, sorry Calvin Klein, but that one's going. So I've got a little pile of stuff that's going to go, but I think I've generally done quite well there. So yay me. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, just give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. That isn't the end of my decluttering story. There is still other things to sort through. I don't think I've mentioned my blushes at all. I've got other makeup-y random bits to talk about. I've got skincare and hair care stuff. So there's a fair amount to go through because I seem to have accumulated quite a lot of stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing really well, and I will see you again soon. Bye!